And that's a good way to start the show from now on. But we're going live here just for a moment to monitor how the ATF thinks. I'm not going to read a bunch of comments, just curious, and I figured if I'm going to look over there, I might as well do it live, right? So give us feedback if you are out there and you're human on for two things. Feedback on audio, if it's working all right. I guess I could turn this on. And I figured if I'm going to look over there, I might as well do it. That works fine. And then we got a poll going. So if you're human and you want to take the poll, then you're able to, and then you click on the thing that you think is the right answer, and then we'll go back. It's going to happen pretty quick here, so you only have a moment to really guess. So the poll is about what you think. Is the push by those antis over? And the answers are yes, it's over, and that's all they had. It's over for now. No, but they have more. Or no, they have more, and then heck no, they've just begun. So it looks like somebody came in and voted right now for no, they have more. So we'll know who that is, even though it's anonymous, because they'll come up here and say something potentially, and then we can assume that's the person who wrote that thing. Anyhow, so we've got two comment periods that are open concurrently, simultaneously. One of them ends this month. One of them ends in just a few days. So today, as we're recording this, is the 10th, and this comment period for the redefinition of firearms receivers, the one that we're really here to address. This one ends in 9 days. It ends on the 19th of this month, 9 days from today. The second one is the factoring criteria for firearms with attached stabilizing braces. We're calling it the pistol brace one, and that one has 30 days left. So they started that one a month after this first one, and that one got all the attention from the industry right off the bat. So even though the first one had 30 days on it, the pistol brace one ended up with more positive comments quickly, and this one was just sort of hovering. As about a month went by where both of them were concurrently going on, and we had 3 months for the pistol brace and 2 full months for the receivers, both of them were kind of just sitting there getting some attention, but not an overwhelming outcry of attention. And the pistol brace one was consistently higher numbers of comments received. As we were monitoring every other couple of days, we would go in on like Wednesdays, sometimes Tuesdays, Saturdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, kind of going in every couple of few days to monitor how the comments were going and read some of the comments, mostly to give suggestions and ideas and new perspectives for people to write their comments, or to help people who might have writer's block or something, to give them some stuff to write comments about. But it turned out to be a way to monitor the comments as well. And we saw that most of them were, the issue at the beginning was most of them were boilerplate from the big gun owners' rights organizations. So that was really the only thing they had to worry about. Until late last week, we went in to read the comments and noticed that on the redefinition of firearms, which only has, at that time, about a week left to go, or 2 weeks left to go, we noticed that about 6,000 comments had come in, 2,000 comments a day for the last three, between the last time we had monitored, and those were mostly boilerplate from the Everytown site. That was last Thursday, I think, and then we went in yesterday, and there was 14,000 new comments. So today we're just going to take a look at how many new comments have come in, just to monitor. I'm not going to read them. And then I guess we'll do the same with the pistol braces. At this point, the pistol brace one hasn't been on the radar of the anti-rights, or the pro-infringement crowd. So it's been basically stagnant. So we're going to look at both of them anyway. All right, so the first thing we do is we open up the description of the video that we're in, and can right-click and open the two regulations, which are linked in the description here. So if you want to comment, or if you want to check out the definitions of the proposals, I guess, you can check them out with the links there. So when we open that up, the page that we get to, I need to unzoom the page. The page that we get to is sort of the overview or description page, and some of the information available there is how many comments have been received. So what we're going to do is edit the video. Now that we've opened those two windows, we're going to edit the video that we're watching. And I'm going to change the, the description of this video to update, or to reflect what's currently happening. So we had originally here gone from 106 0.6 thousand comments received up to 120.4. So that's an increase of 14,000 over the couple of 4 days that we was in between those two monitorings. So now we're going to move these numbers and then go check the new number is 122.3. So that's a pretty decent, what I'm trying to say, that looks like they're doing about 2,000 a day. So they're definitely able to muster about 2,000 anti-gun comments a day. Now, the number that had been approved by the ATF went from 104.8 to 114.1. So they were able to somehow approve 10,000 comments in that, Thursday to Monday timeframe. And, that's what it is. We don't know their process, but they're obviously, government is super efficient there for some reason. Now we're going to look, and it goes to 120.37. So 120.370. So it went from 114 comments approved up to 120,000 comments approved. So even though only 2,000 comments came in, they were able to approve 6,000 more comments. So that's telling us that no matter how many are coming in, they're definitely keeping up with that 99, almost 90+% ratio of approving comments. And since most of them we're going to find out are anti, that's frustrating. So if we definitely just check out the pistol brace side, it still has 29 days to go. Last time we looked, the pistol brace, I have to change this one too. What's going on? Except to move it out a little bit. The last time we looked, the pistol braces went up from 124.7 to 125.9. So they went up by 1,200, right? So hardly even moved. We're going to move those numbers around, go check out. We went from 125.9 comments, 125,900 comments received last time we checked yesterday. And then they're up to 126,003, so up about 1,600 comments. And of those, it looks like they went from 125.3 to they only approved 500 comments. So big deal. They're not really doing much on the pistol side, but we're not doing much on the pistol side. I guess the good news is the antis aren't doing much on the pistol side, probably. I'm not going to read all of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and save the description now. So now the description reflects what we just talked about here, the updates to the situation. Just gonna go ahead and save. So that's mostly what we're gonna do here. Taking a look at the votes of the 8 people watching, is how you do the math. I'm one of them, right? Because I'm sitting here, you're watching me watch it. So you're not one of them. By watching me watch this, that doesn't count. They can only count my URL. So I'm watching it. Now it's down to 7. So that one of the narcs ran away. So it's now down to 7. So that means there's 6 humans out there and 4 people voted. So that means 2 people are narcs, so, or more, maybe robots. So it looks like of the people that voted, 3 of you voted for no, they have more coming, and 1 person says, heck no, they have just begun. So that is the public opinion. So we're going to leave that in there. And then, now we'll do another poll that says, will these be, or what will these comments be? How about that? Oh snap, probably shouldn't keep that running over there. That's killing my bandwidth. All right, stop that. What will these comments be? How about, is that right? Comments? That might be right. They will be mostly anti. Come on, can I spell anything right now? Don't look at me while I'm spelling. They will be mostly pro. That's optimistic. I guess we should put this in the middle. They will be a mix. All right, so they're going to be kind of back and forth on the capitalization. So let's just make it consistent, and then boom. So now you can vote. Those of you who are still here, because it looks like a bunch of narcs got shamed. When you narc shame, they run out of your Of the people, that's the three of you, right? Three people here, me plus three others. You can all vote for what do you think the rest of these comments will be. I'm not going to read them, but I'm going to open them. So we're going to go over to this comment period thing for the redefinition of firearms. We're going to click on browse comments. We're going to click down to newest. And I'm definitely going to open up the first 25 because that'll be the most recent 25 that have come in. We know that 2,000 of them have come in since yesterday. And then after we get to the bottom of this page, that'll be the first 25. Like I say, I'm not going to bother reading them anymore because at this point, I don't think too many people need inspiration. You're either writing comments or you think this is a pointless thing or you think this is some kind of scam. Who knows? Really, who cares really what people's reasons are for not doing something. But now it's more of a interest to see what's kind of happening because we're getting a little bit, oh, look at that. I'm working out their system. So how weakling is the government system 9mm? Is it running on the 9mm operating system? I believe it is. I just worked out their whole system by trying to open up 25 things. So anti creates and controls difficulty in purchasing. Oh, that's pro. Anti pro. Support. Anti pro. It's hard to say. Like anti is, anti-freedom. Pro-freedom. That's boilerplate. Pro. Boilerplate. Pro. Anti. We're fighting them. It ain't all anti, pro, wait, no, pro support of this shitty bill, anti-freedom. Okay, so, I don't know. Scientifically, that's like, 2/3 were anti, we're closing them. Somebody wants to listen to these and count them or something, then you get extra credit and put it in the comments. I'm saying it, you can try to tally them yourselves out there. It's like a special extra homework. It's like for them nerds that were like, hey, you forgot to give us homework. Like here's some extra homework you can do while you're sitting here listening. All right, so, or the narcs, they're good at recording things and writing stuff down. You think they could be at least useful? I guess it'd be useful against their bureaucracy though. So we went to page 3 and we're just gonna open up these 25. If someone wants to volunteer to do all this work for me, to like right click on all this stuff so I don't have to, and then I can just come in and go live and just easily read all the stuff and say things and then leave, that'd be great because then we don't have to sit here waiting for this part of it, which is super boring for everybody. And think about my one finger that does all the right clicking. Oh my goodness, I probably got the carpal tunnels in there. It hurts all the time. Every one of these is agony, mainly because I know that I'm opening up anti-bullshit. All right, there's a whole bunch from 3. Since it's not horked, oh, it is horked. We'll see if any of these even came up. All right, you know what? This is going to be a quick video, but I got a cough, and I'm going to drink some water here, so you're going to get a commercial for random. Let's find out what the commercial's for. Locked and loaded Latinos. They're live every Sunday evening. I encourage you to check them out if you like the Second Amendment. Let's see. So I'm writing in strong opposition. That's nice. Firearms should be established. That's pro-freedom, anti-freedom, anti-freedom, anti-freedom. Boilerplate, that lawyer, boilerplate, pro-freedom. Pro-freedom, anti-freedom. Pro-freedom, anti-freedom, anti-freedom, pro-freedom, anti, holy moly, somebody does have to count these, anti, anti-freedom, pro-gun, pro-rights, and anti-everything, I hate, I love crime, everything else, and big government, everything else I hate. I hate individual freedom and liberty. I hate property, and I hate my neighbors. So there's a whole bunch of hatred and bigotry and racism in there, and then there's like a couple of pro-gun owners' rights. So I'm guessing 60%, 75% even, or anti. There's no way to do the math unless you listen to me say all that and then actually tallied it. Nobody's doing that, so we won't know. That's super frustrating. I also keep erroring out their system. So what, their system can only do 25 of these at a time? Or maybe it's one of the giant YouTubers who's doing this live in front of a massive audience, and they're getting mad and they're writing this so many comments on our side that they're not even showing up because there's, no, it's not. So I went down to another page here, another odd number page, because the even number pages are fake. And we're going to open up another 25. We're not reading them anymore because all the stuff I said last time I sat here for 25 minutes opening up a page and things. Is there some kind of a script or a, what do they call them things, thingy that I can run to make this happen for me? An app? Is there an app for this? Somebody who's good at making apps should make it so I don't have to click on this many times of things. All right, now we're down, finally got 25 of them open. Pro-gun, pro-gun owners' rights. Law-abiding people aren't the problem. Pro-gun owners' rights. Anti-freedom, and pro-gun owners. Wait, come on. ATF should drop pro-gun owners' rights. Pro-gun owners' rights, that's the lawyer boilerplate. Anti-freedom. Pro-rights. I am a 33-year-old veteran. They are absolutely nothing wrong with the current description. Pro-rights. Trying to outlaw and fire pro-rights. Anti-freedom. Anti-individual freedom. Pro-rights. Anti-my neighbors owning things that I'm scared of. Or no, pro that actually. But anyway, anti-rights. Anti-rights, 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 anti-rights. I hate rights. Pro-rights. My feelings on, since this response has two parts, the upper receiver makes the better frame. When these two halves, definition on, holy moly, guy, come on. Contains true definition already on the books, I guess. Pro-rights, come on, man. Anti-rights, errored out. What's this? One of my friends asking me for some advice or some help or something. Oh, no, some bill saying, hey, when are you going to pay your damn bill already, guy? So, hey, you want to help me fight bills and taxes? Then right now we're having, what are we calling it? We're calling it Red Dawn Week. You know why? Because Red Dawn came out this week in 1984. So, want to throw some capitalism my way? I could definitely use it. And there's an anti-rights, and there is, I strongly oppose this rule. Right on. Dear leader, leave us alone. Nice. So, man, these are neck and neck. I would almost think someone should have, oh, thanks. So someone did 16 antis and 7 pros. Here's the deal. There's got to be some way to do this where we don't have to depend on me reading them and then the thing erroring out or whatever. But I don't know. There's a lot of comments coming in. It looks like they're about 2 to 1, theirs and ours. So they're not dominating it, but it's ours to lose. I don't know what to say. I don't know if we should be enthusiastic or encouraged that there's still people trying, because that wasn't a lot of boilerplate from our side. That was a lot of at least 50%, like a higher percentage of people writing their own comments for rights and property ownership and against the big state trying to attack property owners who do abide the law in a vain show of virtue signaling to a bunch of people who are just not aware of the real situation. They think that there's these loopholes that are created by their marketing department. So as we've been talking about that, 12 12 to 14. Right on. Thanks for that. So that's actually going to be data now. So now it makes it look like this video is worth something. Here we go again. So pro means like pro rights, anti, 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 pro, anti, 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 pro. I think that's anti, but shitty. Pro, anti, anti, pro, anti, anti, pro, anti, pro, anti, 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 pro. Well, I think what we're going to have to do is schedule a time where we do something where the more people that participate get something, because right now only Eric Reiser is the only one doing anything, and I don't want to make y'all do work for no reason, but I think it probably would be worth just to do it, to get some people in and have a chat, and we can chat in between the times that I have to sit here right-clicking like a chump, and then we'll literally count. Why not literally count? It's our data. Why not do it? So even though it's Red Dawn week, I'm going to say F it, and I'm going to schedule a time. So if you're watching this and you'd like to help tally or compete in a tally of, wait a minute, what are we calling this? This will be some sort of a blood sport, except with tallying. So tally to the death or blood tally. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. We have to figure out which is the most violent and inappropriate way to describe it, and then I'll go 2 or 3 notches down from there, and then it'll be family friendly. So we're going to have some sort of a tally sport, no, blood tally to the death, blood tally to the death. That works out at some point, and then we will literally go through as many pages until everyone drops. And I can go through a lot of pages. I don't have to do nothing. So all I got to do is click on shit. So we're going to do that, and that'll be the challenge. If you want to be a tallyist, then you're going to get prizes, or it's tally to the death. So like tallying for pink slips for your soul. And then we'll also need some people in here just to BS. So if you're interested in one of those two things, then leave a comment to this video. Otherwise, don't. Then you're not interested in doing it. All right, well, with that, I think we're going to end it. I don't know how to leave you. Let's leave you like you have to tune in tomorrow for sure, because that's the most important thing. You have to tune in tomorrow. Oh, first off, let's say thanks to SWAV, so Southwest Driver Marksman. Well, I guess it's South. What is this? It's West Virginia. So it's something West Virginia. I don't know. Have I never been told before? But do appreciate it, because you supported us in many different ways, and now you just threw $5 at me, and yeah, that's I much appreciate it. So we'll be using that $5 to pay some bills. I just got a text right now that another bill is due. I'm ditching 2 of them as we speak, and then I've still got taxes looming around. So it is Red Dawn week. Check out the Gear website store. Got all kinds of interesting stuff going on. Let's see what the poll says. So the question was, will these comments be more anti, or would they be a mix? Or will they be more pro? Well, it looks like all the people said they'll be mostly anti. We're technically correct. But by putting in here they will be a mix is also technically correct. So the only answer that was technically wrong would have been they are mostly pro. So that means not only do we have 8 real humans, look at that, that's 100% human ratio. We've ran all the, oh, I see. I was thinking West Virginia, but West Virginia would look totally different than that. Right on. So thanks again for the $5 and for the support in other ways. But we got a 50-50, and that means you're both right. You're just looking at it from different angles. But we've got a, I don't know. I don't want to say optimistic because we're not winning. Shops right now saying, hey, you want a quick comment to the ATF? Or there's no little, it's one of those square QRC codes running around where people can say, hey, welcome to the shop. Do you want to swipe that QRC with your phone real quick and make a comment to the ATF and let them know, go pound sand or whatever? And, what I'm saying? We're not even trying yet. Is all these things that get sold, is there a little note in everybody's receipt that says, hey, remember the comment? Or is there some kind of campaign out there with one of these giant middlemen who make $1 billion and throw around $50,000 whenever they feel like it? Or is there any campaign that says, hey, if you leave a comment, you get like 5 cents off or something? Encourage people to remember at a time when they're, anticipating getting something in the mail that those freedoms protect. I'm just ranting at this point. So we'll end it. We'll say definitely be super worried, panic, and also don't be worried at all because we're winning. And somewhere in the middle is where it is. I'm going to run a commercial and not forget to do that. So this dude goes live every Saturday, often has people on as guests, and then almost always, well, every time he goes live, except for maybe when there's a guest on. Almost always when he's live, he has a link so you can join the chat and be part of the show. And it was also the first commercial I ever made, so it's the shortest commercial on earth. And then we'll put it in between, or we'll put it on as the bread on this barbecue sandwich. So in addition to doing those two shows, Barbecue also does 2A Women Wednesday, which will go live tomorrow earlier than this, sometime in the morning, where you can watch it as a premiere live and chat live while you're watching the show. And then we'll put this piece of G23 bread on top of that barbecue sandwich. By having a tiny short commercial like that, it allows me to sandwich it between other commercials. All right, with that, we will end it and we will say thanks for joining us live. Again, panic. Also, don't worry about nothing because it's in the bag. Also, we'll be back later on this week to do the tally to the death, where we will literally tally every comment and know. Right now, we'll know at least at the end of that show, we'll know where we're at, where we stand. And then we can shame or praise whoever's worthy, right? With that, we'll be back up later. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com. Do 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 do.